Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's session. So today I'm taking a special session that is going to help you a lot because many of the students, they are usually confused that what should we be covering in the RBI website. There are so many of the components. What is the depth of the RBI notifications, RBI press releases that we should be covering? Should we cover the master actions and the master circulars? There are so many of the master actions that have to be covered. Should we cover speeches and the FAQs from the phase 1, phase 2 perspective, or should it be only for the interview perspective? In the finance current affairs, is it really relevant? And what kind of finance current affairs, what kind of questions from the finance current affairs have come in the RBI Grade B examination? So all of these questions of yours will be answered in today's session, as well as if you have any additional questions that also I will be catering to in today's session. Okay. So today is a very special session where we will discuss that what you have to cover and what not. So what you should not be wasting your time in, what you should not be covering, that also we will discuss in today's session. Okay, so this is going to be very important for all of you if you have prepared for the RBI Grade B examination in the previous years, or if you are new in this preparation. Still, to all the students, this session is going to help you a lot. Okay, I have brought the previous year questions to show you the example, also that why some parts are important and why some parts are not so important. So let's get started. Any everything is clear? Am I clearly audible and visible? Okay. So today we will see that what is important and what is not. Chalo. Now before starting with the session, do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap so that you continue getting the relevant videos. Okay, so if you want to get the relevant videos, the finance 360-degree videos, the CT 360-degree videos, so do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap. Okay, now let's get started. And give me a thumbs up if everything is fine, if I'm clearly audible and the screen is visible. Okay, so I hope everything is good. Chalo. So starting with the importance of RBI website and the finance current affairs. So first let's discuss that why the RBI website and the finance current affairs are important. Okay, so first of all, in the phase 1, there is the comparison that I have brought for you for 2024-2025. Okay, so basically in the phase 1 from the RBI website, from the finance current affairs, there were various questions. So in 2024, there were 18 questions from the RBI website, from the RBI notifications, RBI press releases, RBI reports. There were 18 questions in the phase 1. While in the 2025, there were only 7 questions in the phase 1. Still, the number of questions, you can see that from the RBI website, hefty number of questions are coming. Before in 2024, there were 18 questions that were from the RBI website. Now in 2025, there were 7 questions from the RBI website in the phase 1 of the RBI Grade B examination. Okay, so here you can see that yes, the RBI website is important, though the weightage has decreased slightly, but in the phase 2 you will see that the weightage has increased. So in the phase 1, the weightage of RBI website has slightly decreased, but you can understand that the pattern keeps on changing. Sometimes from a component there are more questions, in the other year there might be less question. So right now the questions have decreased from 18 questions to 7 questions, but in the next year it might increase in the phase 1. Now in finance current affairs, in 2024 there were 8 questions from the finance current affairs. In 2025 there were 7 questions in the finance current affairs, so the weightage is similar, we can say. Okay, now phase 2, coming to the phase 2 for the RBI Grade B. In the RBI Grade B phase 2, the RBI website and the finance current affairs, are they important for your phase 2 for the RBI Grade B examination? RBI website and the finance current affairs, they both are important. In the 2024, you can see that there was only 1 question from the RBI website, that also only 1 objective question. But in 2025, there were 2 descriptive questions from the RBI website. One question was regarding the October Monetary Policy Committee meeting and the measures that have been taken, as well as the effect of the Monetary Policy Committee meeting. Okay, the another question was regarding the AI, that was from the free AI report that was released in the RBI website, that was announced in the press release, RBI press release. Okay, so you can understand that in 2025 there were 2 descriptive questions from the RBI website. So in the phase 1, the weightage decreased of the RBI website, but in the phase 2, the weightage increased from 1 objective question to 2 descriptive question. So yes, RBI website is very, very important. RBI notifications, press releases, RBI reports, they are very important from the examination perspective. Finance current affairs, now it still has similar weightage as 2024. So in 2024 also there were 5 questions from finance current affairs. In 2025 also there were 5 questions from finance current affairs. But remember that in 2024 there were 5 questions in the FM segment from the finance current affairs, while in the 2025 the 5 questions from the finance current affairs were in the ESI segment. Okay, so yes, the questions are coming from the finance current affairs. They can be in the FM section or they can be in the ESI section. I don't know that why the exam setting body has given the finance current affairs in the ESI section, but there were 5 questions. 4 questions were paragraph based, so they were 2 marker. So you can understand that 8 marks here, and 1 question was 1 marker. So in total 9 marks. In total 9 marks in your phase 2 was from finance current affairs in the 2025. Okay, so 2 descriptive question of 10 mark each, so 20 marks. In the FM 20 marks was from the RBI website, and here 9 marks in the ESI segment. 9 marks was from finance current affairs. Okay, in this descriptive RBI website questions, the 1 question was in ESI segment, the MPC wala question, and 1 question was on the AI question, that was in the FM segment. Okay, so in total RBI website 20 marks was the weightage in 2025, and finance current affairs had the weightage of 9 marks, and all the questions were in the ESI segment. So I hope first of all the idea is clear that what is the importance of RBI website and finance current affairs. From RBI website there are questions in phase 1, there are questions in phase 2. From finance current affairs there are questions in phase 1, as well as there are good number of questions with heavy weightage, we can say, it was in phase 2 also. And usually in the phase 1 you have to prepare for 3 months, okay, in a very good manner, because most of the questions in the 2024 in 2025, most of the questions were from the 3-month area, but there were various questions that were from the 4th and 5th month also. So I will suggest you that at least for the phase 1 prepare 5 months of the RBI website and 3 months of the finance current affairs. Okay, at least, this is at least. Okay, so for the RBI website prepare 5 months of the RBI notifications, prepare 5 months of the RBI notifications, RBI press releases, and we will see that what all you have to cover from the RBI website, So prepare 5 months of the RBI website and 3 to 5 months. Like if you have less time, so you can prepare 3 months also, but to be on the safer side, prepare 5 months of the finance current affairs. Finance current affairs consist of the SEBI articles, the articles of the IRDI, the articles related to the banking news and such. Okay, now for the phase 2, between the phase 1 and phase 2 usually there is the timeline of 1 month, so additional 1 month you will be able to prepare. So in total you will have the preparation of 6 months of the RBI website, and you will have 6 months of the finance current affair. Though in the phase 2 usually 3 months of the finance current affairs is also, like 3 to 5 months of the finance current affairs is also fine. So that is the idea. Any confusion? Any confusion here? So this is the importance of the RBI website and finance current affairs, and how many months of the RBI notifications and the finance current affairs that you should be doing. RBI website at least 5 months for the phase 1 and 6 months for the phase 2. Finance current affairs 3 months, at least 3 months for the phase 1 and 4 to 5 months, like 4 months for the phase 2. That is the idea. Now coming to the segments, that what you have to cover from the RBI website, what you can leave. So starting with the RBI notifications, this is something that you have to cover from the RBI website. So RBI notifications, see, in the RBI website, when you go to RBI website, these are the components that you will see in the RBI website. So here the RBI notifications, this is very, very important. So you have to click on the RBI notifications and you will be able to see all the notifications that is released in a month. Okay, so here you can see 2026, January, Feb. So you can see the notifications of a month. So notifications are very important, and these are the kind of questions that have come from the notification in the phase 1 of the RBI Grade B examination in 2025. Okay, so you can understand that the regulations are released under the notifications. The master action, see, if there is a new master action that is released, that is also released in the RBI So here there is a separate section that is given for master action and the master circular. You do not have to go to the separate section of master action or master circular. That is not required. Whatever master action, whatever master circular is released in the notification section, that only you have to cover. Okay. So this is the idea, that what you should not be covering is the master action or master circular that is provided separately, because I will show you that why you should not be covering it separately. But right now focus that the master action that is released in the notification segment, okay, because this is monthly updated. So master action that is released in the notification section or the master circular that is released in the notification section, that only is important. So here you can see that a question has come from the master action, that is from the notification area, okay. So these kind of questions have come from the notifications. So RBI notifications, they are very, very important. Direct questions have come from the RBI notifications. The new master actions, they are also released under the RBI notifications. The master circulars, they are also under the RBI notifications that you have to cover. Okay. Now, what is the difference between master action and master circular? That also you need to understand to have the clarity that what is more important. See, master actions are more important because master actions, they are the directions that the RBI has newly released. So master actions are the directions that the RBI is releasing for the first time, or they are the directions that are coming up with some update, and the master action, it consists of that update. Okay. So if the RBI has brought any update, that will be updated in the master action, in the complete master action. So those master actions are important that the RBI has newly released, released under the notification segment, or that master action is important in which there are major updates that the RBI has brought. Okay, Master circulars are not so important. Even if they are under the notifications, you do not have to cover all the master circulars, because master circulars are not something that the RBI has updated. This is not something that RBI has brought new. Master circular are usually the annual compilation. So RBI, like in April, releases the annual compilation, that on the KYC, what are all the norms, so that are compiled under the master circular. So this is not that there is an update that has come. There is no update or there is no new direction. It is just the master circular is just the annual compilation. So I hope you understand that in comparison to master circular, the master directions are more important, because master directions consist of updates, major updates that has recently happened, or the master action is new. A new master action has been released. So that becomes important. Master circular is just the compilation that the RBI is doing on the yearly basis. Okay, that is not something new that the RBI is releasing. Just the RBI released the directions in 1990, the RBI released the directions in 2000, the RBI released the direction in 2010. So compiling all those directions, the RBI has released master circular, that is a compiled form. Okay, so annual compilation the RBI releases. So master actions are usually more important, and we have seen the questions from the master action in the RBI Grade B examination, and these master actions that are in the notifications, in the recent notifications. Okay. Chalo. So this is the idea. Now coming to the next part, that is master actions and circulars. As I've told you that the master actions, here you can see that number of, if you go to the master action or the master circular section, there are number of master actions. Okay, there are number of master actions. You do not have time to go through all the master actions, neither it is required. Just those master actions has to be covered that are mentioned in the recent notification, that is mentioned in the recent notification that the RBI has recently updated. Like the RBI has recently updated the internal ombudsman directions. So this is mentioned, this is released in the notification segment. This is released in the notification. So if there is any new master action, or if there is any major updated master action, or if there is an amendment that is coming in the master action, all of this will be under the notification segment. So you do not have to take extra effort to go to the master action segment, because if there are new master actions or updated master action or amended master action, that will be notified, that will be provided in detail under the notification segment. Okay, circulars, master circulars, as I've told you, they are just the annual compilation. So usually we ignore the master circulars. Okay, so that is the idea. Now coming to RBI press releases. So we understand that, okay, RBI notifications are very important. The master actions under the notifications segment, they are also very important. Okay, they are also very important because we have seen the questions. What about the RBI press releases? Are they important? See, RBI press releases, yes, they are also immensely important, and this time there were more questions from the RBI press releases in comparison to the RBI notifications. So here, first of all, the descriptive questions that came in the RBI grade B 2025 examination. Okay, the descriptive questions that were present in the RBI grade B 2025 examination, they were from the RBI press release. Okay, so descriptive question in the phase 2 of the RBI grade B 2025 examination, they were from the RBI press release. The Monetary Policy Committee meeting is usually like provided in detail. The Monetary Policy Committee meeting statement is provided in detail in the press release segment of the RBI website, as well as the free AI report. The free AI report, this was also provided in the press release section of the RBI website. So both the descriptive questions were from the RBI press release segment, as well as number of objective questions in the phase 1 are from the press release segment. So usually we ignore the press releases and we focus on notifications more, but this time there were major number of questions from the press release. So RBI press releases. Now, what is the difference between the notifications and the press release? Press release, the RBI is on the daily basis making the announcements on the steps that the RBI has taken. The RBI is providing the update, and they are usually the short updates that the RBI is providing. Okay, so on the daily basis, you can see like whenever the RBI is doing something new, or whenever the RBI is taking some step, so RBI announce it through the RBI press release. Okay, so RBI imposes monetary penalty or money market operations or the daily operations that the RBI is doing to make the media as well as public informed about the recent steps by the RBI, the recent functions by the RBI. The RBI announce it through the press release. So press release are usually the short announcements that the RBI is releasing to make the media and the public aware about the steps that the RBI is releasing or the RBI is doing. So even if there is the new amendment that the RBI is bringing, so RBI will be in short announcing that amendment through the press release. In the notification, the details will be given. The details will be given. Okay. So remember that the Monetary Policy Committee statement that is provided only in the press release section, because it is related to the daily operations or it is related to the operations of the RBI. If there is a report, annual report that the RBI is releasing, if there is a report on currency and finance, if there is a report on trends and progress, if the free AI report, if these kind of reports that the RBI is releasing, the announcement will be through the press release. So press release is what? It is the announcement to make the media and the public aware about the recent steps by the RBI and the recent functions of the RBI. So if the RBI is releasing some report, if the RBI is releasing some statements, that will be announced through the press release. Now the reports in detail will be provided under the publication section. So annual report, your report on currency and finance, even the free AI report, they were announced through the press release, but they were provided in detail in the publication. If RBI is releasing a new master direction, if RBI is releasing the amendment in the master direction, if RBI is releasing some changes in the master direction, that will be announced through the press release, but the details will be provided under the notification section. Okay, so I hope this is clear that notifications are more detailed. They have the required information, but the press release is the short announcement. Now, coming to the questions from the press release, so these are the kind of questions that have come from the press release, like the financial inclusion index, the digital payment index. These are the indexes that are announced under the press release. Okay, the update is announced under the press release. So digital payment index, financial inclusion index, if there is any update, that is announced under the press release section. So like this question also, this is from the RBI press release, the statement on development and regulatory policy document. This was released in the RBI press release, and this was in the statement on development and regulatory policy document. Okay, so these like free AI report, this was also announced in the press release segment. So there is a question from the free AI report also. Okay, so press releases are important. Now, coming to the FAQs, there is also a surprise at the end of the video. There are many students that have been asking me for a certain thing, and I have we are going to launch it soon. So there is a surprise at the end of the session, so wait till the end. And there are certain requests that I will cater to. Okay, now coming to the FAQ section, should you cover the FAQs? So remember that in the RBI website, at the end of the page of the RBI website, there is the FAQs segment. So you do not have to cover all the FAQs. It is not required right now. Like in 2026, there are all the FAQs that you do not have to cover. If there is any updated FAQ that is released in 2026 that you can see, like FAQs on check clearing, it doesn't seem like a very important topic, but the FAQs on the digital rupee. Now again, from the phase 1 perspective, phase 2 perspective, it is not so important. But from the interview perspective and for your general awareness, for your knowledge perspective, the FAQs become important. Okay, if there are the FAQs that is related to your syllabus directly, like the FAQs on the NBFCs, FAQs on some banking segment, FAQs on the digital rupee and such, these kind of FAQs are important. Will there be direct questions in the phase 1 and phase 2 from the FAQs? No, but they are important for your interview perspective, as well as if you are studying the FAQs for the NBFCs. Think about it, that if you are studying the FAQs for the NBFCs, your NBFC wala chapter will become more stronger. Okay, so that is the idea. FAQs, they are not directly important from the phase 1 or phase 2 perspective, but the FAQs are important for making you more aware about the different topics on which the descriptive question can come, as well as FAQs are more important from the interview perspective and to build upon your knowledge. So if you are covering the NBFCs through the finance chapter, if you read the FAQs on the NBFCs, your knowledge will strengthen. So do you have to read the FAQs of 2025, 2024? Do not read the FAQs of the previous years, because there are the changes. Like here you can see that there was FAQs of 2022, or there were FAQs of the previous year on the internal ombudsman. Now the internal ombudsman has been updated in 2026. Integrated ombudsman has been updated in 2026. So if you read the FAQs of 2022, that is a waste of time, as well as your knowledge. There might be competing facts, or there might be wrong facts that you are studying. So do not read the FAQs of the previous years. You can read the FAQs of 2026, that also to build upon your knowledge. Do not read the FAQs of the previous years, because they do not have the updated knowledge. They do not have the updated facts. Okay, so FAQs of the previous years, you can skip it. No need to read through it. If you are studying the FAQs of 2026, that also just study the FAQs that are directly related to your syllabus, or directly related to some topic that is the hot topic, or that is very much related to the recent steps of the RBI. Okay, FAQs are more important from your general understanding perspective rather than from phase 1 or phase 2 perspective. Coming to speeches, again, speeches, I will say that not required as much. From speeches, we have never seen a direct question. What you can do is, if you are reading the speeches, like let's say on the weekly basis, you can read one speech that is coming in the RBI website, to be more aware that how the regulators, or how the top people talk, or how the top authorities or the top individuals are thinking about different things. So here, digitalization for finance, inclusive finance and sustainability. So to be more aware about certain topics, to build your perspective about certain topics, you can read the speeches. Do you have to cram? No. Do you have to remember the facts in the speeches? No. Speeches are just to build, again, like the FAQs, the speeches are just to build your understanding, or just to build your general awareness, just to build upon your knowledge. That's it. FAQs are still more important, because if you are reading this recent FAQs, that means this is more related to your syllabus, or this is more related to your static part. Like if you are studying about the NBFCs or the digital rupee and such, that will help you in answer writing. The speeches, they are more important from the interview perspective, as like you will not be able to remember much things. Okay, so speeches, you can ignore it right now. If you do not have time, there is no need to go through the speeches before the interview. You can go through the speeches to get the idea that how the people in the top positions are talking, okay, or what they are thinking or what they are focusing on. That is the idea. So speeches are more important from the interview perspective. That's it. Now coming to the finance current affairs, any question, anyone? Okay, I will take, like, this is also ask me anything part, so just like I will take 2-3 more minutes and then we will move forward with the ask me anything, where I will take up on your queries. Okay, so finance current affairs in the phase 1, these were the kind of questions that have come. Okay, so here directly, like, easy questions were also there. Then the venture capital fund, like, who is the regulatory body for venture capital funds? Very easy, SEBI. Recent direction was also released, so just before the examination, so this was a very easy question. This is also an easy question because again and again it was emphasized that the limits have been changed, so you have to remember it. So there were some easy questions, but there were some difficult questions also, because the rating, it is expected that a question can come on the rating, but this is for the, like, this is a very unique question that the country was asked, that which country has given this rating, or the institution from which country has given this rating. So like different kind of questions or unique questions, or the questions on the different lines can come. Now do you have to give 80 out of 80 answers in the GA section? No. So remember that even if a question is coming on separate, on different lines, do not worry about it. Okay, leave it if you do not know about it. So that is the idea, that you have to answer 40 to 45 questions out of the 80 questions. So there will be questions that will be on different lines than what you have studied. There will be questions that are very much different from what you have studied. So do not worry about it, because you have to answer half of the questions, we can say. Okay, so some of the questions were easy, direct, while some of the questions were very, very difficult, as they were on the different lines than what we usually focus on for the examination. So remember, in the phase 1 you can leave such kind of questions that are very difficult to answer. In the phase 2, now surprisingly, in the ESI segment, there were 5 questions from the finance current affairs. Okay, and 4 of the questions were paragraph based on the market wide position limits. So these were the 4 questions that were directly paragraph based, and usually SEBI, like SEBI articles, or the articles or the circulars or the notifications by the SEBI, if they are in news, these are the articles, SEBI articles, that become important for the finance current affairs. Okay, so here you can see that all these 4 questions, even in 2024, the paragraph based question, the 4 questions from the paragraph based, even in 2025, the 4 questions that are paragraph based, all these questions were on the SEBI guidelines that were quite in news before the examination, just 1 or 2 months before the examination, or just before the examination. Okay, so these are the kind of articles that you have to focus on. In the phase 2 also, like 3 to 4 months of the finance current affairs you have to focus on. Okay, so this is the idea. Now let me take your query, and then we will also go to RBI website. Okay, from which month should I start the current affairs? From March. Start your current affairs from March. Okay, at least from March. Now, as I was talking about the surprise, first of all, how we are helping through the finance. Like, I am bringing the finance 360-degree sessions that covers your RBI notifications, the RBI press releases, the master actions under the RBI notifications, even the FAQs that I find to be very, very important, that I am bringing in finance 360. The finance current affairs, right now I am not focusing on finance current affairs more, because I have told you that they are more relevant near to the examination. So right now you have to focus on finance notifications, RBI notifications, RBI press releases and such. Finance current affairs, yes, if there are very important finance current affairs, that you can focus on. Okay, now the surprise is that we are soon bringing the revision, the monthly revision session, Okay, so if you have not seen the Feb articles, if you have not seen the Feb sessions in finance 360, do not worry about it, because the Feb month is not very important from the examination perspective, and the most important topics, the most important articles from the Feb, the most important RBI notifications, the most important RBI press releases from the Feb will be covered in your monthly revision session. But from March from March, you should be very specific. You should be studying the RBI notifications, the RBI press releases more thoroughly. So we are soon, like the team is planning to release the monthly revision sessions soon on the weekly basis, and the monthly revision sessions will be brought from Feb onwards, from Feb 2026 onwards. The Feb month is not so important, so we will be only focusing on the most important articles, the most important RBI notifications, RBI press releases, finance current affairs from the Feb month. But the March month, from March, the current affairs become more and more important. So the March, all the finance 360 sessions you have to watch, and then I will also take a monthly revision session. So that is the surprise that many of the students who are asking for the monthly revision sessions, they are soon going to be released. Okay. On the daily basis, what should we do for GA and how much time we should allot in that section? First of all, see, in the GA, the schemes, reports, RBI notifications. These are the three segments that you have to start preparing for, because in the general awareness, in the current affairs section, the GA, the sports, awards, such kind of news that you can do 1 month or 2-3 months before the examination. So that is the GA sports awards you do not have to cram right now. ESI current affairs and the finance current affairs, you can start from the ESI and finance current affairs, but they are more important like 5 months before the examination. So you can start it from March onwards. Okay. How much time should you allot? That depends upon your preparation. If you have completed the management, finance, and you have started with the quant reasoning, you are good in quant reasoning, then you can invest more time in the GA section. You can invest more time on your schemes, reports, and RBI notification. But if your management and finance section is not completed, you are still preparing for quant and reasoning, so you have to focus on these subjects more. So it depends upon where you are right now. Yes, so Charan had requested that please provide RBI notifications month-wise, so there will be monthly revision sessions, okay, that we will soon be releasing. Meeti, if you are preparing for 2027, do not worry about it. Daily invest your 1 or 2 hours, that will be more than sufficient. There is no benefit in taking the tension. You have a lot of time. Invest at least 1 hour, 2 hour on the daily basis, then also you will be able to do fine. Okay, so in the RBI course that we provide, so there is a in the RBI course, there is the current tab magazine. In the current tab magazine, there is the GA, GA plus ESI, and GA plus finance. So GA plus finance, it consists of the finance current affairs, while the RBI news tab, it consists of RBI notifications, RBI press releases, RBI circulars, and such. Okay. On the note making, there is no requirement of making notes. There is no requirement of making notes from the finance 360 degree, because you are getting the PPT. Okay, I provide you the PPT within 24 hours. You get the PPT of the finance 360 degree sessions. So on download the PPT, highlight the important points. That's it. Expected date for RBI Grade B notification, I have no idea at all, but expect the notification to be in June, let's say. Okay, so prepare according to that. What would you suggest on note, Bhavya? Note making not required. Download the PPT from the Telegram channel and highlight the important points. Like circle the facts, or in the PPT, like there are the margin. In the PPT, you have the margin. So you can write the facts with your own hand, so that when you go through the PPTs again, you can just focus on the facts. Okay. Yes, Prabhat, you have sufficient time. Even if you are starting from now, focus on your management and finance static. Once your management and finance static is done with that, like in the morning, you can focus on your management and finance static. In the evening, you can focus on your phase 1 subjects like the quant, reasoning, English. Okay, so this is the idea. And start the current affairs from the March month. So this is it. So I think I have taken most of your queries, and all the queries have been taken. Now, there is also the RBI Grade B Gold course. We have multiple courses. So if you are not able to prepare by yourself, if you are not comfortable with the self-study, so you can get the courses. There is Gold course, Silver course, a test series, a crash course that also we will be launching. So right now, the Gold course or Silver course is the best bet to get the structured material. Here you are getting live classes, concept notes, recorded classes, summary sheet, mock test, current affairs magazines. Like for the schemes, we have schemes tab. For reports, we have reports tab. For the general current affairs, we have the current tab. So you are getting the structured current affairs magazines with the important diagrams to help you in revision and recall. Solve previous year questions chapter wise. Also we provide chapter wise mock test, sectional test, current affairs mock test, full length mock test. So there are multiple things. There is a proper structured detailed course that you will be getting. Okay, so this is it for today. And thank you everyone. Let me just show you that this is the RBI website. If you just type the RBI website, you can like this is the RBI website that you can go to, and here there are the different components that you can see. Okay, and this is the EduTap's website. You just have to go to the courses section. In the RBI Grade B courses, you can see the different courses that we are providing. So you have to go to edutap.in. This is the website that we have, and there are the multiple courses for the RBI Grade B that you can see. Okay, right now the silver course that provides you the phase 2 material and the interview material, or you can get the gold course where you get phase 1, phase 2 and interview material. Okay, so if you are worried about preparing by yourself, do not worry about it. You can get any of these courses. Okay, so this is it. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you everyone. And do tell me that do you want the monthly revision session from February or March onwards? Okay, so if you want the monthly revision session from March onwards only, we will provide you from the March. But if you also want the monthly revision session for Feb to cover the most important articles, then you can comment down below. Then I will provide you the monthly revision session for Feb also. Okay, so do comment down below that do you want the monthly revision session for Feb to cover the most important topics from the Feb also, so that you are not leaving that out. Okay.